Okay, cool. Wait, I think there's one more setting I want to change. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. Wait, I'm right back. I'm on the fire escape.
Yeah, I can hear the wind. It's nice.
Yeah,
Mm. I want to be outside. I should go outside.
yeah, I love like this balcony, this little fire escape thing. It's a little nice break. Yeah. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm just chilling, working on my programming project.
Mm,
How are you?
I'm good. I've started a new job. Um, yeah, it's been good. I've also been kind of like split attention between my job and like various creative projects because I think I'm still not used to like the job work life. Um, but it does feel nice to like have toes in both pools.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I start work on Monday, so I'm kind
Oh,
of,
yeah.
yeah,
Congratulations. That's both scary and exciting.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be good to have like, real things to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Music is real though. Music is real.
Music is real. Yeah. Programming is not real. Well, in some cases it is real, but in a lot of cases it's not real. So I guess we can kind of start. Um, I guess like for somebody who doesn't know you, like how would you describe yourself or your projects? Like, I'm Violet. I do blah 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 blah.
Like creative projects or just everything in my life that I have a hobby for.
I think both.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Violet. I guess I DJ under Cereza, um, and I play maybe deconstructed club, or somewhere between like house and ambient and like ironic references to early 2000s pop music.
Hell yeah.
Um, and I love using Ableton and working on my own edits or original tracks, and like learning composition and songwriting. Um, Also roller skate and
Yeah.
maintain like this clunky toolkit to um, help me organize my DJ library, which is currently under maintenance.
The tool?
Yeah, the DJ library tool.
Okay. It's open source. Is there a
Um,
GitHub for it?
I haven't uploaded anything yet, but yeah, I could.
Cool. Yeah, I guess like I wanted to ask about open source because that ties into like Everdark and Unseelie. Um, yeah, I really loved how you called it like an open source rave and how it's like non-hierarchical and like kind of anarchist and like open source and everybody has a voice and it feels really authentic to how society should be ideally without the pressures of like I don't know like the government and capitalism.
Mhm.
So yeah, that was really inspiring to me.
Oh, my roommate's home. I'm gonna close that door. Yeah, open source rave. I think
Yeah.
it's kind of aspirational and like uh I'm not sure we're like fully achieving all of the things that you listed. Like, but like I think yeah, we are open to whoever wants to come. I think like the founding inspiration was that I I was a DJ in Pittsburgh and I wanted to put on events or be booked for events really badly.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I wasn't part of like a inner circle anywhere that was doing
Yeah.
that. And I had always assumed there was like this a certain magic that happens with bookers, or like I didn't know how the system works at all, or what does it take to put on a show. And then I kind of learned after doing a couple like generator raves that all you need is like power source, card table, sound system,
Yeah.
laptop,
Yeah, that's
and
all
like
you need.
a flyer. So I wanted to like take the magic away from booking events and like encourage people to explore that on their own and maybe create a more vibrant underground because there's tons of people who could be throwing shows who aren't because they feel disempowered right now.
Yeah, like where did you like how did you come to that? Just because I know like there's a huge like I've found out like firsthand that like DIY is huge like in Pittsburgh and in the Midwest. Like and it also intersects with like punk and like anarchist collectives and like this whole just like do it yourself if you know venues or promoters or the people in power are not hearing you, just like make yourself heard like by any means possible.
Mm. I really love like the DIY and anarchist culture in Pittsburgh, and I feel like it's taught me a form of self-sufficiency just in my personal life. Like if I'm going out alone, I'll always bring a snack and a drink and whatever BYO, whatever, because I'm like I am myself and I can take care of myself. But I also want to engage with everyone else, and I feel like DIY encourages that kind of healthy boundary of like what can you do and what are you bringing, and
Yeah.
um, everyone built something together.
Yeah, it like I also because I lived in Seattle for 3 years and out there people are very like granola crunchy and I got very granola crunchy being like, oh, I need my granola bar and my electrolytes and like I have to figure out how I can like wake up at 4:30 in the morning to climb this mountain. Like I often when I go out, I feel like I'm like preparing to go on a hike where I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, granola bar, water, gum, chapstick, band-aids in case I fall. Um, like maybe an extra granola bar in case my friend wants one.
Yeah.
And so I think like I feel very like I feel like and that those roots in like outdoor culture and also like in Seattle there's a huge like Antifa like yeah like I was at Chaz like distributing food to people during BLM. Um, it all like feels very they're all aligned, like all of like it's like the Venn diagram type of thing. Um, and I feel like it kind of at its root like boils down to like politics, um, or just being
Mm-hmm.
like the systems, the power existing power systems are not supporting me and us, so we'll do what we can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe this is not like a direct response to like the
Hmm.
political element, but I'm thinking about how like I'm not a lawyer, I don't know what legal standing we have, but I'm thinking about like these renegade outdoor shows. They
Hmm.
kind of, in my mind, they're kind of a form of like amplified busking.
Yes,
Like
yes,
if you are just like
a big
sitting on the
busk.
side of the street playing a guitar, people are like, "Oh, that's great. You did that yourself. You got your own music." But we were just playing a really like loud guitar on the under the bridge.
Yeah,
Um, and another component of that was like last fall, Yoni reached out and was like, "Hey, can I coordinate visuals for this event?"
yeah,
And I was like, "That's fine, except I don't want to be in all the details. Like, here's like show up at this time and here's
yep,
what we're doing." And I didn't know anything about what Yoni was doing. And then like there was a full like 7 hours of different visual artists.
yeah,
So we were like operating alongside each other, and there was like this wonderful symbiotic, like
yeah.
people are there for the visuals or they're there for the music or both.
Mhm.
Um, but kind of modular and independent. And
Yeah.
also we're not, it's not like a real venue and we're not selling real tickets. So kind of disrupting the like business. I don't know. Like we still
Yeah.
take donations, but I think there's like a
Yeah, it's like
consumer
it's
producer relationship that's
yeah,
different.
it's not about the transaction, it's about the gift. And
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah, that like you saying that made me think of like jazz. Or just kind of like you know, Yoni shows up and just has this whole is doing like his shit and doing it like fantastically, and then like I don't know, the guitar or the saxophonist is like also doing their shit and they're doing it fantastically, and it's like you're operating independently but you see each other and you like share that like that working relationship or like yeah, whatever you want to call it, like that vibe, or like you are both locked into the same thing. I really take inspiration from like how jazz improvisation happens, where someone's like, "Oh, my friend, like I'm not trying to be lead saxophonist. I'm gonna let them be the lead for now, for like these next like 5, 10 minutes because they're like doing it, and I support them. Like not only am I gonna take a step back in volume, but I'm gonna like add little bits that like uplift them. And so yeah, it's all yeah, these are all like things that all feel like kind of like aligned. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Could you talk more about like Unseelie and now Everdark's like trajectory, and also like things you like, yeah, both like the rose and the thorn of how things have been structured?
Sure. Yeah, I don't know whether to go chronologically or just by issue. Um,
I love the code of conduct and also how it's a living document.
mhm,
I feel like there should be more codes of conducts in DIY spaces because, yeah, you're a bunch of people together with
mhm,
no unifying law because you're already breaking the law, probably.
mhm.
So it's good to like all agree on something.
I guess so. The founding principle was like, here's a crew, and if anyone wants to join, just ask, and you're allowed to join. And kind of last September, I was like, that's the core, and we're gonna run with that and try to throw as many resources and energy into that and see if it builds into something. And I was really hoping that it's not my thing. Like I really want Everdark to stand on its own. And I'm so grateful and happy that after what, like 3 or 4 events, 5 events, maybe four, like the last one that they put on, I wasn't in town at all, and it went off without a hitch, seemingly.
Mm, that's
Um,
beautiful.
so it's like a rolling snowball, and I'm hoping that it would continue like growing and
Yeah.
being self-sustaining in that way. But so the founding principle is anyone can join, and that has become self-sustaining as a principle. But the thorn to that is that like I've never been part of a booking group of like 2 or 3 people, like a crew that coordinates like that. But I feel like those groups are a lot more, they make decisions faster and they probably have their shit together more, and they probably have a like more shared collective vision of like the aesthetics of the event. Um, and then I guess the last part is that it's like a curated group of people, both the organizers, the DJs, and to some extent the people who attend are like curated by the organizers. So there's like this aspect of accountability for like who is in the space. So that last point is what we had to like kind of directly respond to in the code of conduct, is like if you want to form something that is open invite, you have to have some sort of expectation because, or like code of conduct for the space. Um, I guess because if you're allowing anyone in, then um, yeah, you might allow in things you weren't expecting.
Yeah, like how do you deal with, I don't know, like people's abusive exes or other like interpersonal things like that in like a DIY space?
Um, I think it's a good question. Um, um, I think it depends on maybe like a risk assessment, or I mean, I think there's like all sorts of different types of abusive exes, or like seeing drama that is bigger than abuse or more diverse than abuse. And I think number one is to think about like, okay, here's a conflict that has occurred in the community. What capacity does the person uh, who's accused have to commit further harm in the community? So I guess like the first point when thinking about this is like how to prevent further harm with the conflict. Um, and then the second point is to think about like how far are you willing to go to make people feel comfortable in the space or to help people feel comfortable in the space. I think that's like how I would articulate that boundary
Hmm.
dance, because like obviously like you'll never be able to make a space that is so comfortable everyone wants to be there, like just on a very basic level. Like people have different tastes for the level of light or the volume of the sound, um, but obviously you want to like accommodate people. You want to like do disability justice and communicate the accessibility of the space clearly. So if the space is not accommodating to them that way, they can know before they get there. And I think like the code of conduct stuff and the interpersonal conflict stuff goes similarly, that um, like you want to try to make as many people feel comfortable and like they can participate as possible. And then when it gets to a situation where either one person will feel uncomfortable or the other one will, it's like a either or. That's when it gets really difficult. Um,
Yeah, I love like the nuanced perspective. Like it feels very like harm reduction, where it's not just like, oh, you're out. Like there's so many more gradations than kicking someone out. There's like you're not allowed to perform or you're not allowed to organize or you can attend but under these stipulations. And I really like all of the shades of gray that are in like the code of conduct. Yeah.
I still like I'm not confident in like I don't know. It's a process, and like when if these things come up, I just like want to talk about them face to face with as many
Yeah.
people as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. I think 'cause like seeing drama is it's like such an integral part of I don't know, like DIY culture, but it doesn't really get talked about that much or like addressed, or it's kind of often an afterthought. But I really hope that like with more, like we can design more spaces where that's like thought of like from the beginning, or like it's like an integral part of like the founding principles. It's like, yeah, like what happens when we're 20 people versus 100 people versus 400 people under a bridge? Like everything has to change at different scales. Cause yeah, I think there's something called like I think it might be called Dunbar's number, where like after 150 people, like shit gets crazy.
It's just too many relationships.
Yeah.
Um, I am safety officer for the next, maybe not officer. I don't know my role, but not cop coded. Um, but I'm in charge of getting yellow vests for the safety staff, and we're probably going to bring in like another harm reduction table group. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and probably like post the code of conduct more clearly in the space, or yeah, I still have to think about like what what would like a safety team do.
Yeah. Yeah, I've like been in like cultures or spaces where like there's the fake cops who are like the actual like how cops should actually be, like the rangers or like the off safety officers for the night, like people that you can trust that like won't be carceral when you're like, I'm tripping balls. I just found the meaning of life. I need to preach it.
Hmm.
Um, and this kind of like relates to like, because I had my first manic episode like a month ago, or like a month and a half ago, and like, yeah, I just wish like a lot more people were more well educated on harm reduction and how to like be a good trip sitter. Because I think like being a good trip sitter is not only for like people who are actually tripping, but just for like any whenever you're interacting with a person in general, especially if they're like activated or like yeah, they're like angry or they might be having a manic episode or like they're drunk. It expands so much bigger than tripping. Um, yeah, I do. Yeah, I really am hoping. I found this de-escalation zine put out by this group in Seattle that I really like. It talks about how to like talk to the not only talk to the cops, but also how to like kick someone out of a party nicely if they need to leave without yeah without like activating them. Yeah,
Oh, okay, that's
yeah,
interesting. I would actually, yeah, I would love to take a look at that or have that around as a resource.
yeah. It's from like I think it's called the John Brown Gun Club. Because
Hmm.
basically it's like, and it's funny, I saw them or was in their vicinity at Chaz in Seattle during BLM because they were the ones who were armed, the armed Antifa who were protecting Chaz from the cops. They were the ones who were like stationed at the corners of the area and just making sure that people within the autonomous zone were not under threat from militant cops.
So is this zine venue is related to DIY music or just more general?
It's like it's related to like anarchist culture. Yeah, yeah, I'll send it to you. Yeah, it was so helpful because with PS, especially like this past party, we've been talking more about like when do you kick someone out from a party? And there was somebody that we thought in retrospect we should have kicked out. And so we're starting those conversations of like who's point person, who's second in command if point person like needs a break or like they're not listening to point person one, like who's good cop, bad cop. Um, yeah, because it is yeah when you are throwing events that are open to the public and where people yeah have all these dynamics or relations, like it can get kind of sticky and at the end of the day, like we're all just trying to have a really beautiful time together. Um, yeah.
Mm. I'm thinking about group therapy, but that's totally a different model. I think the DIY is DIY, so it would never work with a central facilitator like that. But it's like a skill set to be able to, like get a group of people on the same page so that they can engage with each other and like curate the vibe.
How big is Everdark? How many people?
Let's see, the Signal chat has 32 members, but I would say like 7 of them are active, maybe
Hmm.
10.
Hmm. Yeah, I know. Or wait, yeah, maybe switching gears to talking about um you as like a DJ. Yeah, like how did you get started with making music or like playing music?
Um, I guess so. I was in college. I was like a visual artist, and I would do like figure drawing and oil painting, and I really enjoyed like my craft. But after I graduated, I was like, wait, there's no classes, there's no like artistic community. If I was going to be painting, I would just be in my room or something. And at the same time, I was like had a little SoundCloud habit, and I love like uh, pop mashups, like twink music, like Lady Gaga and Azalea Banks, and just like also I'm realizing I have a bass in my sound system for a lot of my music career. I think I have like a taste for like vocals in the mids and highs, and um, haven't paid a lot of attention to bass when mixing. But after like having this like SoundCloud addiction, then my friend showed me how to run a DJ controller in 2019, and then I enjoyed it so much I bought one and never looked back.
2019, that's pandemic, right?
Or right before, yeah.
Okay, so then you kind of like hold up and went deep into DJing.
I had one show before I moved from DC, before I transitioned, and I was like so nervous. I was shaking the whole time, and it was not good. But then the pandemic hit, and it was really hard to like find musical community in quarantine.
Yeah. Yeah, what a weird time. I felt like well, everyone, it kind of felt like a time when everyone was living online because they were confined to their homes. I felt during the pandemic, well, yeah, I felt like I actually had a very good time getting all these internet buddies and like meeting with people. But yeah, it was a strange time. Yeah. Was that like I think you mentioned to me before that yeah, it was like a pretty isolating time for you and like it was really hard to find like people to like make music with.
I was also in grad school in like
Mm.
the hazing year, so I
Oh,
call it my crucible.
oh no.
It's very painful, but it shaped who I am today.
So you were in DC before?
Hmm.
Did you grow up there?
No, I just had a I was doing like economic regulation for the government. Like I got a gig after college, but it was under the first round of the Trump admin. So like I was working for government with all my like deep stater friends, and then like the Trump circus was just being loud. It was a crazy, crazy 4 years.
And then you've been in Pittsburgh for since 2019?
Yeah, for 5 years.
Okay. Yeah, how do you like it?
I feel like I finally put down roots. Um, yeah, it's perfect size. It's the Pears of Appalachia. The art scene is cute. The queer scene is cute. And I can get everywhere on my electric bicycle. So I can kind of see the whole like valley from my house, and it is
Oh,
like an open world video game almost. Like it's that
yeah.
size.
Yeah. No, that's like I joke to people how like living in Pittsburgh feels like living in a Pokemon town where someone's like, "Oh,
Mhm.
talk to Sarah if you need your synth repaired." And then I like walk over and like Sarah lives next to Matt, who I already know, who's my friend. And like yeah. When you mentioned like the queer scene here, I I've heard people in Pittsburgh, like musicians, DJs in Pittsburgh, tell me that the scene here in Pittsburgh is particularly queer compared to other cities, like the dance music scene. And that to me is like, it feels like, yeah, I'm like, we do it because we have to. Like we're the ones running this shit because there's no other way. Like we can't live like any other way. Um, in a city where there is no infrastructure for shows and consistent like bookings and money flow. Um, a certain aspect of it feels like very like even like medically necessary, at least for me, where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go like stim out for 3 hours like with a bunch of people, and like it
Hmm.
is a very healing experience.
Hmm. Yeah, music for me, it's also, I have a lot of restless energy, and when I don't know what to do, just like make music or listen to music or go listen to music with people, and that's what like gets me into a better headspace.
Hmm.
But I
I'm
don't know if it's
curious.
more queer. I
Mm,
haven't really explored the scenes in other cities, I guess.
yeah, yeah, and also like I think at least here like noise is pretty queer trans. Like yeah, Pittsburgh was my first noise show, and that was like a transformative experience.
Mm.
Um, yeah, just the fact that like the audience and the performer and the line being blurred between the two, like oh yeah, you can like walk into the crowd and climb on a table and like shout at people and
Hmm.
like
And
provoke
that's
them.
music.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm doing my first noise set with Cleaner Tapes September 22nd. I'm gonna
Hmm.
try and find maybe I'll get Noelle to
Is
give
that
me
at
a
Club
tea shot.
Pittsburgh?
I think so. Yeah, yeah,
Misophonia?
probably. Yeah, it's a Monday night. Yeah, yeah. I want someone to give me a tea shot. And I'm gonna contact Mike it while I'm doing my thing. I'm gonna like, yeah,
Sounds fun.
yeah. Were you cause you were said you first were a visual artist. Like yeah, I would love to see some of your work.
Yeah, they're just some like self-portraits or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I think
like
I've seen them.
now I get my jinx out with like flyers and album art.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. Have you released any like original music?
No,
Mm.
yeah, I like doing like covers or edits, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really a songwriter yet.
What are you listening to like now? What's your hot in rotation?
Hot in rotation is Play by James K. It's
Mm.
like so ethereal and good, like pop, just like falsetto,
Mm-hmm.
stuck in my head.
Mm.
And I don't know, should I look at my phone?
Yeah.
Oh, there's this like edit of Juliet by Taylor Swift. Is that what it's
Mm.
called?
Yeah, well the Romeo and Juliet one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's the
Someone
edit?
has made it like super spacey and electronic, and
Mm.
it makes me want to cry.
Hmm.
The
Like
original doesn't do that.
I love when like, yeah. So that song, I don't know if it's called Anxiety, but it's like the anxiety pop song where it's like anxiety.
Hmm.
That one at this past PS, Jwan Allen played that, and it's
Uh-huh.
crazy because like he's like a DJ with like 30 years of experience, and he like played that, and it was so good because he like layered it with this like dance music and like it's so cool seeing like a campy pop song like being placed in a different light and being
Hmm.
like this actually like hits and is art even though it's popular music.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Do you know on like X the idea of like context collapse?
No, what is that?
Um, I think it's related to like internet harassment, but just the idea that you can like quote tweet someone and be like, "You're stupid," or screenshot someone, and everyone only sees like the little window of the conversation. I don't know, somehow this I relates. I think the internet is all about like snipping things and recontextualizing
Yeah.
them and making them funnier by putting them out of context. And like that's what I love to do with music, and I think a lot of DJs do that.
Hmm. Yeah, I love that tie between like yeah, internet meme culture and like collaging and digital like replication and DJing. That's cool. Yeah, I remember you told me like you were a visual artist, but then you went into music to find more community. Is that right?
I know there's this like Patreon blogger named shoot Brad Tromel. Brad Tromel's whole thing is like, don't go to art school, just be friends with artists. Um, and he's like preaching this whole like you can have artistic community with like little Patreon and like your local scene. Um, but what he's preaching for visual artists or like other mediums already exists for music. I feel like music has this really vibrant culture of like people jam together and they perform together, and there's the audience performer relationship is really special. And you don't get that with art gallery or even like an art opening. I just feel like people would not engage with art in ways that I would enjoy at all.
Yeah, like that's why I
Music is fun
started.
because they dance for you.
Yeah, like there are people there who are actively like listening or being a captive audience, whereas like with visual art, it's like people look at a painting and then walk away and like they come and go. Um,
Mm,
but yeah, that's kind of why I started doing live visuals for shows, just because I wanted. I've always been like jealous of musicians, but I think I'm finally getting to the point where I'm becoming a musician.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I've always been jealous of like music jams, like being like, oh, you can just get together and like not talk, but like share space and create something together. Um, yeah, I've also felt pretty isolated as a visual artist. Every time I find out someone draws, I'm like, do you want to draw with me? And they're often like, I just draw by myself, which is, yeah, I feel like I'm happiest when I'm creating with others. Like, I feel no ownership over my stuff, and I love it when like the sum is greater than the parts. Where like yeah, you create something and you go somewhere where you could not have gone by yourself, and they could not have gone by themselves. Are you frozen? Pause. Violet has left the stream. Violet has re-returned.
Something happened to my Wi-Fi. It just goes in and out.
Hmm, that's okay. What are the things on your wall?
June makes these wonderful, is it called beadboard? No, I don't know. Things that you can iron.
Oh yeah, yeah, they're fuse beads.
Hmm. Pokemon.
Oh, since we're in mobile camera mode, would you want to show your setup or like DJ studio thing?
It's not anything, it sucks.
Oh,
It's
cool.
just,
Okay.
well,
Ooh, little controller.
just a little controller, a keyboard. Oh, this one's kind of fun. Um, last winter I was really interested in,
Ooh. Oh, dude, I've seen one of those before. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. What does it do? What is it?
Um, well, I was like, I wanted to compose on the keyboard, right? but I didn't want to learn music theory, and usually that's not important, really. Or you can just play by ear, or you can just compose in C. But I think there's a benefit with music theory is that you're saying like here's a third, here's a fourth, and you're able to like if you understand the underlying relationships and what makes something sound good, you can modify it more easily. Anyway, I didn't want to learn the black keys. The black keys freak me out because every time you go to a different key, like the key of A versus the key of B, there's like an added flat or sharp. So then when you are composing, you have to keep track of like what's in the scale of the key that you're composing in and what chords correspond to the key. Anyway, this is a two-dimensional keyboard so that like the relationship that goes up and to the left is a third, and the relationship that goes up and to the right is a fourth. So then if you do a major chord, it would be like
Ah,
two
sick.
like and a
Oh,
minor
so it's
chord would be
easy.
like so then ideally I would develop this like intuition with this instrument and be able to just like by ear sort of like compose. And since it's an isomorphic keyboard, um, you can reposition a chord and it will be the exact same relationship, just in a different key.
Mm, yeah. Sorry. Yoni's here. Look, it's Yoni.
Oh, we were just
Yoni,
talking about
you're
you.
on a recorded line. Yoni's here to get some cables.
Cute. Right?
Um, he's crawling through my window. This is the fire escape. Um, cool. Are you thinking about getting more gear, or like, would you like to get more gear, or do you
Oh
think it's
no.
necessary?
Oh.
Violet is frozen. But I shall entertain you. Don't leave the stream. Blah 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 blah.
Sorry. It might be the VPN.
Okay.
I turned that off. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Um, what I want is a DJ controller with four faders, because I want to do like longer blends, and I want to start to like I feel like I could grab like a little 16 bar loop and just play that 16 bars over and over for like 3 minutes.
Hmm.
And if I'm like doing other stuff, or I could like, high pass or low pass, just start to like deconstruct and break down the songs more and more, and
Hmm.
then like blend those little deconstructed bits for longer.
Hmm.
But I can't do that unless I have like all four things in front of me at once.
Yeah. Yeah. I just bought a mixer, but it only has two main inputs. I kind of wish I got one with four so that I could have like one for like little added vocals or like sprinkles on top. But yeah, I think I'll. What's nice is like the gear maintains its value pretty well, and I could resell it.
Mhm.
I've just started getting stuff. I have an Electron model samples that I'll probably use in my first noise set. Yeah.
It's a sampler device.
Yeah, it has like a brother called the Model Cycles, which is a synth fully synthesizer one.
Mhm.
Yeah, but the model samples you can put samples in, and I got that one because I have very specific like boops in mind, and I'm always like trying to replicate those very specific boops, but I could just sample them.
Sample them from where? Your mouse?
They're boops from Ryoji Ikeda's Dataplex album.
Okay.
I love that album, and also like It's like literally the sound of a speaker redlining, like that
Mm-hmm.
kind of like sound. I love. I love it when hardware is being pushed to its limits and you can tell. And I think that's why I love like noise shows.
Mm-hmm.
Because
That's
to me, it feels like you're fully exploring the space of music possibilities when you bump up against the edge of like what a piece of gear is capable of.
Do you know this like Philip Glass quote about the medium being the message or something?
I've
I
heard the
have it on
medium
my
is the
phone.
message. I didn't know it's Philip Glass. I don't know the whole thing.
There was something different that
Hmm.
he says, but it's in my top of my thing because I like it a lot.
It's funny in the first interview, Mark de Clive-Lowe also brought up a quote. He brought up a Toni Morrison quote. So,
Oh, this is Brian Eno.
uh-huh, yeah. Can you read it?
Um, Whatever you now find weird, ugly, uncomfortable, and nasty about a new medium will surely become its signature. CD distortion, the jitteriness of digital video, the crop sound of 8-bit, all of these will be cherished and emulated as soon as they can be avoided. It's the sound of failure. So much modern art is the sound of things going out of control, of a medium pushing its limits and breaking apart. The blues singer with the cracked voice is the sound of emotional cry too powerful for the throat that releases this.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah. He has a lot of examples.
Shout out Brian Eno.
Mhm.
I don't know too much about Brian Eno. I just know that he makes good music for airports, but I don't really know much about his biography, other than the fact that he's British.
Yeah, I
He's the
just know that.
godfather of Fred again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
That's
okay,
funny.
Nepo baby for real. Yeah. Yeah,
Darn.
my friend maintains that Fred again is a burial ripoff with vocals, which I can see it.
Hmm. I don't know Fred again that well, but I can hear what that would sound like.
Hmm. Um, do you have a hard stop after this?
No, I was going to go the first Friday or something.
Okay, yeah, me too. I'll probably go to Telephone tonight. Uh,
Telephone?
yeah, they're doing like improv, like math, and Lindsay is bringing drums. May strip go is also going there. But it's basically like bring your own whatever and come improv. I think I'll bring like a big piece of paper and just draw while people are performing, like it's doing a live drawing kind of thing.
Is it at Bantha?
It's at Telephone. It's 5120 Penn Ave.
Is that the like empty building with studs in the walls or
I think
something?
so, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fun.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like a good closing question. I feel like it has to be like something like fun and unexpected, like what did you eat for breakfast today? Or like or like show us your most recent screenshot or something.
Oh dear. Um, should I answer this? You want it?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to see the new question. Today for breakfast, I do the everyday dose, which is just coffee, but it has collagen and
Hmm.
nootropics. The collagen is protein, so kind of breakfast.
Okay. Have you found that useful? Because I've only just drank like regular coffee, but have thought about.
Coffee makes me super jittery, so I have to do like mate or this works because it has L-theanine mixed in.
Mhm. Cool.
Oh, my most recent screenshot is from the new Star Trek series, and my favorite, the communications officer, O'Hara, is gets a crush on the um a visiting cutie nerdy boy, and like, the pictures of them at a wedding together is so cute.
Aw.
I just have to go back and look at them sometimes.
Do you have it up? Like, could you screen share?
Um, yeah,
I'm going to my first wedding in like a couple weeks. My first like adult. Like, oh, my
yeah.
friends from college are getting married. That's weird.
Are you
Okay.
excited? You nervous?
I am thinking about whether I should bring a plus one or not. Yeah,
Mm,
because all my friends will have plus ones of like the person they're dating, but I'm not dating anybody, so I'll be a lone wolf, a sigma.
hmm. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, I hate being the only single person. Oh, I have to get it permission.
I kind of like being the third wheel though. It's kind of nice being able to just dip and you know the other people are okay.
Mm, right. Okay, I have to quit and reopen to share my
Okay,
screen,
that's
but I'll
fine.
be
I'll
right.
entertain people with this bug. Look at this bug. It's a little guy. Violet will return soon with a Star Trek screenshot, and it'll be great. And look at this bug. Look at this bug. Look at him. He's just a little guy. Not the kind of guy we should kill. Not unlike those spotted lanternflies. They're not good. They tell me they're not good because they kill the. Oh, Violet's back. Look, I got the bug.
Oh, oh,
I
it's
got
not a
him.
lantern bug. It's
No.
oh, the cat is going for me. He loves to bite.
Like nibble your feet? Oh,
Yeah,
cute.
my hand.
Oh,
It says
wow.
communication officer O'Hara, and then the ship steering dyke lady, and then her baby brother. And he's like so cute. I feel like he's my
Aw.
type. And then he's like
Yeah.
flying the drone at a wedding and
Aw.
putting her on the drone camera, and she's like all beautiful, like, hi.
Aw. She's glowing. Aw.
Yeah.
I like how their wedding dresses aren't white.
Or they're not getting married, they're just attending.
Oh, okay. Is the bride's dress white?
Maybe. I mean, it's a space wedding, so who knows? I forget.
Yeah, in Chinese culture, usually wear red because red is like the color of happiness. White is
Mm,
actually the color of death. It means
mm,
like you've died is when your skin goes white and you lose all your blood.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll end on that note. The
Mm.
cute Star Trek wedding.
Power couple.
Yeah. Okay, well then,
All right.
yeah, thanks for talking.
I'll see you at Tavern, maybe.
Yeah, okay, bye.